And you know I ain't good at this stuff, but these feelings piling up won't give me no rest. This might come out a little crazy, little sideways, yeah maybe. I don't know how long it'll take me, but I'll do my best. You be my soft and sweet, I'll be your strong and steady. You be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey. You be my sunny day, I'll be your shade tree. You be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. Yeah, that came out a little country, but every word was right on the money. And I got you smiling, honey, right back at me. Now hold on, 'cause I ain't done. There's more where that came from. Well, you know I'm just having fun, but seriously, if you'll be my Louisiana, I'll be your...
She may be the face I can't forget, a trace of pleasure or regret, maybe my treasure or the price I have to pay. She may be the song the summer sings, maybe the chill the autumn brings, maybe 100 different things within the measure of a day. She may be the beauty or the...
My name is Sean Coleman, and I have what I consider to be the absolute honor of being chosen to officiate the marriage of Jason and Grace. I met Grace 7 years ago when I was assigned to prosecute a case in which she was one of the investigating officers. I quickly learned that she cared a lot about her cases. She was a hard worker and one of the best detectives I've ever worked with. I had the pleasure of working with Grace on several other cases, and through her I was able to meet Jason. I immediately liked Jason when I met him. If you know Jason well, you know he loves DC and Marvel Comics, and will often be at Comic-Con in San Diego. I have 4 children ranging in age from 2 to 9, and I must say that Jason has more superhero attire than all 4 of my kids. Jason and Grace are big foodies. They love fine dining and fine wine. And when they're not dining out, you find the two in an LA galaxy. Jason and Grace's relationship is such a strong base because they've been friends for so long. How great is that, to marry your best friend? The two love to travel together. In fact, one of the first places they went was Las Vegas. Now, I know there's a very romantic story involving Grace and Jason at a waterfall in Las Vegas, the theme of which has played itself out on several occasions, with Grace, she just happened to be near a trash can. And that is that Grace's feelings for Jason were so strong that she simply couldn't hold it in. Right? To many friends and family, this marriage is of no surprise. In fact, many have said, Jason, it's about time. However, to those people, I say, think about where we are and what Jason and Grace love so much. Wine only gets better with age. Jason knew exactly what he was doing. Like a fine wine, this relationship is now ready for the next step. And spending time with Jason and Grace, dining with them, going to Galaxy Games with them, I know I am not alone when I say I can't imagine Jason without Grace, and Grace without Jason. Congratulations, and thank you for allowing me to share this moment with the two of you. At this time, I'd like to invite Leticia Garcia, or Mom, up, who is the mother of the bride, for a reading.
tune partner. May your love be firm, and may your dream of life together be a river between two shores. By day, bathed by sunlight, and by night, illuminated from within. May the heron carry news of you to the heavens, and the salmon bring the sea's blue grace. May your twin thoughts spiral upward, like leafy vines, like fiddle strings in the wind, and be as noble as the darkest earth. May you never find yourselves back to back without love pulling you around into each other's arms.
Thank you. Now, Jason and Grace have chosen as a couple to perform a love letter and wine box ceremony. We have this box here, which will soon contain a bottle of wine, 2 glasses, a CD comprised of the selected music from their wedding, and a love letter from each to the other. The letters describe the good qualities they find in one another, the reasons they fell in love, and the reasons for choosing to marry. The letters are sealed in individual envelopes, and they have not seen what the other was written. You have created your very own romantic time capsule to be opened on your 5th wedding anniversary. I would recommend that you keep the box in a place of honor, prominently displayed in your home as a constant reminder of your commitment to each other. Jason and Grace, should you ever find your marriage enduring insurmountable hardships, you are to, as a couple, open this box, sit and drink the wine together, then separate and read the letters you wrote to one another when you were united as a couple in marriage. By reading these love letters, you will reflect upon the reasons you fell in love and chose to marry each other today. The hope is, however, that you will never have a reason to open this box. And if this is the case, you are to open this box to share and enjoy on your 5th year wedding anniversary. So at this time, let's fill the box. Jason, you did a very good job. Why don't you say anything? At this time, I'd like to invite Lawrence Poindexter, our grandfather, for me.
In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. On the 6th day, he looked and saw that everything he had made was good. However, the work was not complete. God said, "It is not good for a man to be alone." So, he created woman, not from the man's head to lord it over him, not from his feet to be trod upon, but from his side to walk not in front nor in back, but beside him as a helper and an assistant. God created both male and female in his image, equal yet different. Scripture tells us that a man shall leave his father and mother, and be joined to his wife, and the two shall become one flesh. We take to heart the biblical definition. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It is not self-serving. It is not rude. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Finally, the Bible tells us, and now these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. Marge and I feel that our strong faith in the providence of God has sustained us in the past 67 years of our marriage. To you, Grace and David, we would say, always seek God in your heart to be a third partner in your marriage. Remembering that the vows and promises you make today are not just to each other, nor to the gathered family and friends, but they are promises heard by God. May God bless your marriage.
The beginning of something for a long time. We are gathered together in the presence of these witnesses to join Grace and Jason in matrimony. Marriage is an honorable estate. It is not to be entered into lightly or unadvisedly, discreetly, soberly, and with true love. Love is one of the highest experiences that we human beings can have, and it can add depth and meaning to our lives. The central part of love is one of life's greatest joys, and when it's combined with real friendship, both are infinitely enhanced. The day-to-day companionship, the pleasure in doing things together or in doing things separately, but delighting in exchanging experiences is a continuous and central part of a man and a woman who love each other can share. Marriage symbolizes the intimate sharing of two lives, yet the sharing does not diminish, but rather enhance the individuality of each partner. A marriage that lasts is one which is continually developing, and in which each person is individually developing or growing in understanding of the other. Deep knowledge of another is not something that can be achieved in a short time. A real understanding of the other's feelings can develop fully only with years of intimacy. This wonderful knowledge of the person grows out of really caring for the other so much that one wants to understand as completely as possible what the other is feeling. Thus, it is possible to share not only the joys and successes, but also the burden of sorrows and failures. To be known in this way is a priceless thing, because such understanding and acceptance make it easier to live without problems and failings and worries. But, again, while marriage is the intimate sharing of two lives, it can yet enhance the differences in the individuality of each partner. We must give ourselves love, but we must not give ourselves away. A good and balanced relationship is one in which neither person is overpowered or absorbed by the other. Thus, there is not a tension between separateness and union that love is born and reborn. As you stand here on this occasion, remember that love and loyalty are the foundation of a happy home. The solemn vows which you are about to accept be kept, and if you steadfastly endeavor to lead honorable and worthwhile lives, the home that you establish will abound in peace, and marriage will be lasting. No other human ties are more tender, and vows more sacred than those which you are about to assume. This time, if I can have you Join hands. May you find on the future days to be greater, happier, and more rewarding than you ever could have imagined. For the possibilities of your married life are unlimited. You ready? Jason, will you take Grace to be your wife? Do you commit yourself to her happiness and self-fulfillment as a person? Do you promise to love, honor, and trust her in sickness and in health, in adversity and prosperity, and be true and loyal to her so long as you both shall live? I do. Grace, will you take Jason to be your husband? Do you commit yourself to his happiness and self-fulfillment as a person? Do you promise to love, honor, and trust him in sickness and in health, in adversity and prosperity, and to be true and loyal to him so long as you both shall live?
I do.
This time, the rings. Jason, as you place this ring on Grace's hand, please repeat this vow. With this ring, I thee wed and pledge my love. Grace, as you place this ring on Jason's hand, please repeat this vow. With this ring, I thee wed and pledge my love. As tokens of their marriage, Jason and Grace have selected these rings. They are the outward symbols of the affectionate love they hold in their hearts. Let them become constant.
Milo, she throws me like a rubber ball. Oh, the sweetest thing. But she won't catch me or break my fall. Oh, the sweetest thing. Baby's got blue skies up ahead, but in this I'm a rain cloud.
This is probably the most important, not important day for my daughter Grace. Dinah, Grace, you look beautiful. Darling, love. I'm so proud and pleased to see you make this important decision. To be with the man you want for the rest of your life. Today is also a new day for your engagement as husband and wife. It is also about the promises and commitment you made to each other. And of course, bringing Jason to our family as your husband. Jason, what can I say? You're a true gentleman, a very good man, kind and understanding. You're welcome to the family. We're thrilled to be here. Looking at you together today, with those same smiles on your faces, fills us joy and pride. Grace, my daughter, Jason, my son-in-law. I wish you all the very best for your future together. Now, I assure you, I am very which I think is fitting in this occasion. Okay, which I think is fitting in this occasion. In a wedding like this, the bridegroom let a new bride from the get-go who's going to be the boss during the marriage. So the bridegroom looks into her eyes and in a loud and clear voice says to her, "You are the boss." Now, if you don't see the joke as funny, and all you see it's funny, thank you. Now I ask all of you to join me in wishing Jason and Grace a happy and long married life. Please stand, so please stand. Hold your glasses. Hold your coat. Jason and Grace, for good health and happiness.
Really honored to have been a part of this. I really thought the wine box was really kind of a really neat thing. But you know, one of my jobs as a best man is there's a couple of things I need to do. One is I need to make sure that the rings get to the wedding, and then I had to make sure that the groom got to the wedding. And so I noticed though that after everything was said and done, they took the wine box, but they forgot probably one of the more important things. I've been carrying this around for a couple of hours under my arm, and I'm really chafed. But you forgot the hammer of matrimony. With that, you'll make it to 5 years easy and open that box. So if you won't be. So that said, I think the first thing that really deserves some recognition is the people that got Jason and Grace to where they are. And that's Mr. and Mrs. Garcia, Mr. and Mrs. Poindexter, Mr. and Mrs. Bennett, Mr. and Mrs. Gonset. You're the families, you're the people that really help them get to where they are. And for that, I can't thank you enough, because these are the two of the finest people that I've ever met in my life. I'm so honored to be up here. I almost forgot up in the ceremony, and that's not how I do things. I'm about ready to do that again. It's making it even worse that I'm in a room with several law enforcement officers who can cheer up. I usually only do that with speeding tickets. I'm kidding, it's a joke. But, you know, it's kind of funny, because Jason is quite literally my best friend in the world, and I honestly don't remember how I met him. I think it involved beer and maybe some tequila. I don't know if there was in the United States or in Mexico. And I'm not sure Jason's memory is any clearer, but it's one of those things, it's kind of proof that the person that someday sidles up next to you can end up being somebody that becomes a major part of your life. And I've known Jason for over 3 years, and it seems like from the moment I met him, we've been friends forever. And you know, Jason and Grace have had the opportunity to share some of the important moments of my life. When my wife and I got engaged, Jason and Grace were there in New York City and got to celebrate that with us. And that was really special. And then when we got married in Portland, Oregon, Jason and Grace were there. And that was amazing as well. And then, you know, we were kind of in that post-wedding, you know, kind of afterglow. I remember we were going off to our honeymoon, we were getting on the flight, and we were playing this little game that I know a lot of couples play, which is like, which is the next couple that's going to get married? And of course, we were like, oh, it's definitely Jason and Grace. And we were right. We didn't know it was going to take 10 years, but we were right. But with that said, you know, some of the best advice I ever got from my father when I was thinking of proposing to my wife was, you know, he took me aside and said, you know, it's really not about the person that you can live with. It's really about the person that you can't live without. And I think that with Jason and Grace, they found the people that they can't live without. So if you'll join me, I'd like to raise a toast to Jason and Grace, to a life filled with joy, love, and happiness, and at least 67 years like the Poindexters. Maybe more. Here's to you guys. I love you both.
I've been a walking heartache, I've made a mess of me. The person that I've been lately ain't who I wanna be. But you stay here right beside me, watch as the storm blows through, and I need you. 'Cause God gave me you for the ups and downs. God gave me you for the days of doubt, and for when I think I lost my way, there are no words here left to say. It's true. God gave me you. Gave me you. There's more here than what we're seeing, a divine conspiracy. That you, an angel lovely, could somehow fall for me. You always.
Gotta hold on easy as I let you go. Gonna tell you how much I love you, though you think you already know. I remember I thought you looked like an angel wrapped in pink, so soft and warm. You've had me wrapped around your finger since the day you were born. You're beautiful, baby, from the outside in. Chase your dreams, but always know the road that'll lead you home again. Go on, take
It might seem